Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be sketching in this new sketchbook. This is what I'm going to use. Here is some information if you need that. That information couldn't really mean less to me, to be perfectly honest with you, because I never really. Where's the little thing? It's got a little guy in here. If you got one of these, that's gonna be a selling point for me. Okay. Starting a new sketchbook. Oh, okay. What page should we start on? Certainly not the first one, because I'm not that kind of person. Let's in fact start on this one, kind of get in there. So I gotta get this witchy out of my head. Let me just first map out kind of, and if you hear construction in the back, it's because there's construction in the back. I'm gonna go do really sketchy to start. Preferably I'd like to put a little frog on her back as well at some point. Yeah, that looks like what I wanted to be doing. I'm gonna do these same kinds of eyes I've been doing recently because I really enjoy doing them. That's just like the exact kind of vibe I'm looking to do. And this is her hair. And she has so much hair. Look how much hair she has. I can't really decide if I want to do maybe a bit of marker on here or just do color pencil. I'm not sure yet. But I definitely want to do these same kinds of hands that I've been doing for like the wizards. Just long and weird. I really liked that. I like that a lot. I like this kind of low pressure cartoon doing characters like that, because I never really do people very often, like human stuff, because if I don't get it right, I get like really frustrated and weird about it. But if I do it like a fun, loose style, it's like, oh, well, there's not much. Okay, chill on the hands. I'm talking about not freaking out, and then I'm starting to. But I want her to have that kind of look, you know? Okay. Actually, don't look at that. We'll fix it later. Should I do a bit more of the robe kind of trailing after? I don't know yet. Maybe we will. I just don't know if it'd be too much with the hair also doing that. I don't know if there should be two like that. Two things similar right next to each other. Yeah, this is what I want. Just do it in one thing, you know? Like, stop. And then I get to the other fingers and I'm like, okay, where do I go from here? But I kind of like when the hands look weird. To me, that's funny. Okay, let me do the hands where I can pull the book closer to me, and I'll do them off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back and I'm calm. This is how far we kind of got. I fixed them up a bit and now I really like them. And my whole thing with this little witchy specifically is that she has very long hair. And her hair is actually really weighing her down. Some would say too much. Not the witch, though. Not this witchy. She says more. And what I would love to have is to just put a nice little frog on her back. I fear I can't. I really want to bring the cape or whatever, her like robe out, but I really also don't. Because I'm worried that that's going to be weird there. So, alas. Witches and frogs just go together, don't they? What else goes with witches? Like witches and frogs, witches and cats, snakes, crows, ravens, things like that. How should the eyes be going? Goofy? Goofy. This is just like a quick little frog. And frankly, a quick little drawing. Just for fun. To say hi. Sometimes I get too into it and it's like hard for me to say words. I don't know how people keep themselves talking the whole time. Oh, you know what? They probably don't. They probably edit it. Because it's really hard to multitask stuff like this. And you know what? I'm going to edit it too. But I don't know how long this video will be. It'll be long enough. I'm always doing stuff like that, thinking things are going to be fast and it's not. So the question is, should we just leave it here and do the ink? I'm going to fix it. I'm going to render it a little bit, actually. I think I want to add more to this. It's feeling simple. So I want to kind of give her like some patches that she may have done. She is focusing mostly on her hair most of the time, so she just picks up whatever and patches it on, you know? She doesn't really care. This is kind of like me, but my nails. Like, I just don't care about anything. Right. In the way of, like, I just wear the exact same t-shirt almost every single day that I have 5 of, and I put them in rotation. But since it's turning winter, I'm going to have to switch to my 5 pairs of pants that are essentially the exact same pants, but just in different colors, and put those on every day with my same long sleeve shirts. Oh yeah, I like this. So this witch is kind of like I understand like getting really attached to stuff, you know, like your hair. Should her hat have a little split in it? Like as if, you know, mushrooms have those little splits? I think so. Kind of wanted to do like a drawing where it's one thing. It's not a bunch of drawings. It's just one thing. But that one thing has, you know, I can really pay more attention to doing that one thing. And also just like a quicker, sort of just fun little bonus video. I wanted to do a nice bonus for Halloween. Just add an extra one in somewhere. And I knew that this witchy would be perfect. And I needed to get her out of my head anyways. Plaid? Dare I? I don't know. Don't know how to do plaid, in fact. I don't know if I'm going to sound like an absolute freak for wearing the same clothes every day, but like that 90% of the time that's what happens, unless I'm doing something. Like unless, you know, there's a reason not to. I want to give her a big pocket here, but it might be too much with this. Yeah, I think it's going to be too much. Okay, never mind on that. We'll find something else. Spider coming down from the top of her hat. That's just what I'm... There is nothing like a spider. A little spider here or there. If you're looking for something, you know, what should I add extra? Just add a little spider here or there. It's really not that hard. Okay, and I want this frog to be so weird. Really into frogs with one eye bulging out and like it's going in a different direction. Flies. Don't know if that'll be too tiny, but we'll see. Okay, so I have these pens. Winsor & Newton. I don't particularly want to use that right now, but I will after because it's good for over top of colored pencil. Micron 3. Micron 3. Yeah, we'll keep it in the Micron 1. I do like one. So this is where I'm going to get my lines going. It's still in the sketchy stage though, because after I put a bunch of colored pencil on top of this, they do kind of disappear. And even if you erase hard enough, they kind of disappear. So who knows what's going to happen. I'm just saying there's not much, even though it's a pen, there's still sketchiness to it, and it's not that big of a deal if it's not the exact perfect line yet, because we're going to go over top of this puppy later. Like doing lines like this on top of a sketch, I would rate that like 9 of 10 fun. I really, really like doing it. The stress of making the sketch part is done without a problem. Like you can erase something so you're not worried about it. So you did the nice sketch in pencil. The fact that it's a color pencil sketch underneath is really fun. Like I really like the way that looks. So it's satisfying for me to draw over. It's the little things, you know, you gotta be having fun. Just want to make sure that if there is some extra stray hairs or something that I want to add them now, and leave room for like negative space and stuff, because that's the one thing that's kind of like a bit tough to fix after. Like I like that. I want her hair to be kind of hayish. Is that the best angle for you to be at? I don't know. Sometimes I get carried away with like, I want it to be like a nice looking shot, but realistically, is it the best for you to see what I'm doing? I don't know. I like to switch it up anyway. One time I gave a frog a belly button for a drawing because I thought that was funny. And there was a barrage of comments telling me, you know, how frogs are born. And I was like, yeah, I know. I just thought it was funny. Is that okay? Let me have the freedom to put a belly button on whatever I want. And it's not like they were being mean. They were just like, frogs are this. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm not dumb. I know how frogs are born. A big alligator brings them in a basket to their parents. So they don't need belly buttons. Duh. So what color should this witchy's robes be? Because what I'm thinking in my head or how I feel is like, I want it to be magical, dark, burgundy, purpley. Well, let's think about the hair. The hair I definitely want to be a really nice grayish so that it looks like I have a very specific idea, and it's actually like quite similar to the wizard's beard and the gnome's beards I've been doing. I just really like this color combo that I've got for that. So definitely want to do that with all this hair. Oh, where I wanted a robe to be back here, I'll just put some more hair. So yeah, that color combo just makes it look super shiny silver. I'm just going to take this little towel. I don't know why I like love having a towel beside me. It's just nice and clean, and then everything else is clean. But I like to hold my color pencils on there, so I fold up the edges like this underneath, and I do it at the bottom too. And that way, anything I want to put on there is not going to roll off, because there's nothing that is going to piss me off faster than pencils rolling off the table. And if you drop color pencils, they can break inside, and that's not good. Not good for me. I also have my whole set right here. I don't want to use everything, but I definitely want to use a couple of them, except I don't like getting them mixed with the other ones because then I forget what belongs in what. It takes me a long time to put it back, so I just don't want to deal with that, so it's up there. So what I'm kind of thinking is that I want maybe the bottom to be, the bottom of the robe to be this kind of pinky color as a start. Okay, kind of inconvenient to have that line going right through it there. And if I make a sticker of this, that's going to be so annoying to fit or print. Didn't really have the intention of doing that, just for fun, you know? That's the question, where we make the hat though. Well, I know that this pink is here. It should be in the hat, actually. And on this paper is so, such a good texture for color pencil. It just, like the grain of the pencil, it just looks so good on this paper. I'm gonna go over the whole thing with this burgundy color to keep it more, I do want them to be kind of dark, and I want to keep it more brownish than bright colored. I love this pink color, coral. Oh, maybe you could draw a witch with me. I say like halfway through the video. Okay, it's the next day. Had to stop for a little bit there, and I'm just erasing, just lifting some of the color off of a few parts that I thought were getting a little too built up because I want to do a reflected light thing there. What a surprise. But after sleeping on it, I like how this is going. Got to put the reflected light color, this lighter colors in here first before I start going darker, because I do want it to be kind of quite, I think I want it to be quite high contrast and dark, but just like putting in shadows before you do everything else, I kind of want to put in, I kind of do the reflected light part before everything else too. Just to remind myself of where I want it to go, so I don't go too dark in those areas and then have to go back and erase like I just did. And it helps me to get an idea of the lighting scenario and kind of nail it down. I find if I put those types of things in kind of right from the start, it helps for later to like make it easier, not have to think less and have more fun doing it. It's kind of like the sketches I find the hardest part, like coming up with the idea, sketching it, getting all the shapes right, getting the way that it looks right, and then coloring it, it just gets more fun as you go. Like the more you get into rendering, the more fun that I have, I find. So I want to make sure all those parts are nailed in so that I don't start like zoning out and forget that I wanted a place to be a little bit like higher saturation somewhere, or just something that if I wanted it to be lighter, kind of need to think about that, you know? What's this, raisin? Knew it. I love raisin. I really don't like what's happening here. I don't know why. Because maybe in my heart of hearts, I think that this shouldn't be that dark. I'll lift a little layer off of that. I'm wondering now if I should maybe work on the hair a little bit, just because I know what I want the first layer of the hair to be. Okay, so I got this warm gray number 2. Really like this color. And at first I was like, I'm not gonna use grays. I don't need a gray. Then I saw that there was a gray in the pastel set and I was like, well, I'll have that. I used to use grays all the time, but the thing with gray is that you can just like by layering make it look gray, and that's really fun to do. But it's also nice to start with a nice neutral color and then add color as well as a different like technique or just a way of doing things. So I decided that both are good. I think what I want is for this definitely to be a lot darker. That's what I can determine, that's what I can tell you. Sorry, what's this color? Burnt umber. Okay. Don't want to make a mistake. Don't want to stop. Actually, whatever, it's just a sketch, who cares? This would have been actually really good to do with my Derwent pencils. I did a video somewhat recently on using my Derwent pencils to draw these like witchy items. I really, really liked doing it. There was like a long dragon in it, I don't know. And the colors were very neutral. I think that this would have been perfect to pull those out again. And I did have them. Like I was kind of like, oh, should I? Should I not? I don't know. But I just was so jazzed to use my Holbein pencils that I sort of jumped the gun a little bit. Also had no idea where I was going because I just wanted to sketch a witch. I wasn't really thinking about what colors I was going to do. Didn't have a full idea. I was just like, let me just turn the camera on and sketch a witch, you know? I hope for someone out there I'm body doubling for you while you're doing something else right now. Are you doing something else right now? You're doing a little drawing? Doing a little drawing, a little sketching, maybe a little bit of work or something. That's my goal. Just to keep you company with these types of videos. How we looking? Not too bad. Not too bad. Ooh, I love this. Fur green. So I'm gonna get my neon orange and go over some spots here. Raisin. If I ever pick up raisin again when I don't want to, I'm gonna have an actual freak out. Yeah, this is looking better doing that. So like maybe warm to cool. Don't go too crazy on that one. Maybe let's pull out something else, okay? Let's pull out a little bit of this chartreuse green, maybe. Stop putting the two same colors there. God damn it. Adding to the skin a little bit of more saturation here. A glow, if you will. She's sick. She's sickly. She's not sick. She just has sickly looking skin because she's an old little crony witch. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks cool though. And at this point, I don't so much care as I want to get it done. No, I'm just joking. I do like this green. This really is more Halloween. Take the ice green because I don't necessarily want that to go away either. And the ice green and the chartreuse green work really well together. Like they don't get muddy. Because they're both green, duh. Okay, Raisin, I will pick you up. Yeah, I gotta darken around where the sleeve is to make it show up a bit more. So I just brought it over to the mirror to look at it. And I think for a quick little drawing, I like it. I like where it's going. And now I'm going to take a break on doing that part and work on the hair. There's not much left to do with the robe part. How's it looking? Okay? Love using this purple color for the shine on the hair. Or the darker parts, I should say, actually. So fun. We don't want to go too crazy. We don't want to go too crazy with the hair. Because we already went pretty crazy with the robes and stuff. The hair should just look nice, shiny, messy, silver. That's kind of the vibe I want to give. I don't want to give much more than that. If I do a background, that would really make stuff pop, but backgrounds don't go super well for me, and I don't feel like dicking around with that for about 40 minutes. I don't mind doing it if it's like a full thing, but it's not very fun for me, and I just want to have fun right now, so there's a high chance that I mess that up. I'm gonna just do some rounded bits here, kind of to show that it's bunching up a little bit in that area. We don't need every single piece to be super defined because that's kind of, so I'm just gonna make the ends a bit darker. Plus with really gray hair, usually the ends and stuff are darker naturally. It just gets dark unless the person has very, very white hair, which this witch does, but she's also like, it's literally dragging on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, really resisting the urge to add another color in here to just darken it a bit more, but I also don't know if I should do that. I really don't know if I should do that. This is small stuff we're doing here. What number are you, Micron pen? Can you just tell me? 1. That's a little much. Actually, it's fine. I think I will leave the hair because who are we trying to impress? I'm trying to impress you. Now let's start with the frog. All we have to do is our little frog. Just gonna quickly, I always like to start a frog with the chartreuse green. Somewhere along the way his little fingies got a bit dark. I actually really like the frog. He's like, chill out about the hair. Feed me. You haven't fed me in like 4 hours. I'm hungry. Okay, that was messy. That was a messy thing to do. Look, I didn't do that. Aw, look at the cheeks. Okay. I'm glad I left this little treat for myself at the end. I gotta sharpen my pencil. This yellow that I used earlier will be perfect for the frog's eyes. There we go. And you know what I decided? I do want to have little flies around him. I guess he doesn't need to be fed. Maybe he's too full. Because there's flies everywhere, but he's not eating them. Okay, so I'm gonna take this coral color, and I know there's a spider on this. I didn't decide that. Obviously, it's just a really good sharpener. But I always need my little jar with me because it barely holds any of the shavings. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna take this coral color that I've been using around the robe, and I'm going to just kind of put it around on her hands and on her nose. I just added a little bit of pink here and there. And before this pen gets all like gunked up from the color pencil, I just want to make sure that I get my lines that I really want to show in here that are too small for the other pen to work with. So the ones that are on her face. Yeah, this is a fun part. I don't know if I can keep going with this guy. It's okay, the other one is good too, it's just... I'm gonna switch to this Winsor & Newton one, bigger tip, but it works really well on the color pencil. Works well on top of it. I'm pretty much going to go over every line, and I'll also add some stuff too. Like I can add some little hatchings and stuff here and there just to make it more, well, I really want to use the word rustic, so that's what I'm going to use. Also, bringing the black lines everywhere does, when there's like so much colors going on, it does kind of bring everything a little bit more together. Oh my god, this was all worth it. I'm having so much fun right now. There's a show called Paranormal Park, Dead End Paranormal Park, and the animation of that show is so good. I've talked about it before. That's what kind of made me want to do the ink again, because they have strong black shadows. And there's a really cool way that they do the backgrounds in that show too. Just like every time a character or something comes into focus, they like the way that they blur everything back is really satisfying to look at. And it's just a fun show too. It's really cute. Scared to put my hand there. Gonna wait a minute. I'll do it upside down. I did wait a little bit, but I'm still gonna do it upside down just in case. I really am thinking that I want her to be saying more hair. I just want to make her like robe look like tattery. And for everything to look a little dingy. So what do we do about this more hair situation? I really want her to be saying more hair is the thing. I'm gonna do it. I have to follow my heart. Well, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna put it in pencil first. Try to make the writing look cool. Like I'm pretty good, but it doesn't look like nice, you know? It doesn't look comic-y. Is that okay? Sure. I don't have much choice because of this this little line here. And we'll put some little magical things around this. Because she's doing a spell for more hair. Because yeah, like half the reason of why I wanted to do this was because I wanted her to say more hair. There we go. Yay, I love it actually. Now I'm just gonna sign this little baby. Oh my god, this was the one that got gunked up and I forgot to ungunk it. Now I'm just gonna sign this little baby and pretend that didn't happen. So here is my finished little witchy. I actually really like how the robes turned out, and I like how it turned out in general. It was a fun little kind of sketching thing to do for me, and I learned something. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun too, and I'll see you next week. Bye!